Here is News at 9 brought to you by Wizomia Television. I am Alao Ayomikun. MSSN faults Obasanjo's letter on presidential election. INEC declares Zamfara Central election inconclusive. Seek legal redress. INEC advises aggrieved parties. Rowdy Senate session over INEC result collation. The Muslim Student Society of Nigeria, Lagos State Area Unit, has faulted former President Olusegun Obasanjo for calling for the suspension of the ongoing presidential election process. The MSSN Lagos Amir Miftadeen Thani, in a statement on Tuesday, said Obasanjo's letter to the President Major General Muhammadu Buhari was unnecessary and biased. Obasanjo had, in a letter on Monday, called for the suspension of the collation of results of the presidential election over concerns of irregularities raised in some national quarters during the National Electoral Commission, and seeks to cancel the election in the polling units affected. In the statement by Thani, he expressed shock that a former president would be suggesting such actions capable of truncating Nigeria's democracy. This electoral process must continue by God's willing, and the antics of the forces trying to bring disunity among Nigerians will fail. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, on Tuesday declared Zamfara Central Senatorial District election inconclusive. The INEC returning officer of the Senatorial District, Professor Ahmad Galadima, said the cancellation affected not less than 74 polling units from 19 registration areas of Bugunde, Gusau, and Safi. According to him, the total number of permanent voters cards collected were 43,881, which was more than the margin lead of the two political parties with the highest votes. The People's Democratic Party candidate scored 93,120, while the All Progressives Congress polled 74,444. With a lead margin of 13,676, the results can only be declared inconclusive, Galadima said. Also, the INEC returning officer of Gusau Safi Federal Constituency, Dr. Aminu Dabai, also announced that there has been cancellation of 38 polling units affected from both Gusau and Safi local government areas. The returning officers disclosed that the electoral body would communicate on fixing supplementary elections. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has advised aggrieved political parties to seek legal redress if not satisfied with the electoral process, adding that calls for the resignation of the INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, by the parties is out of place. It would be recalled that the National Coalition Agent for the People's Democratic Party PDP, Dino Melaye, as well as Emeka Ihedioha, on Monday walked out of the International Conference Center in Abuja over alleged rigging. Agents of some other parties, including those of the Labour Party and others, had pointed out same views. They had accused INEC of violating the Electoral Act by going ahead with the results collation and announcement despite not uploading the results on the INEC results viewing portal. Addressing the matter on Tuesday, the Chief Press Secretary to the INEC chairman, Rotimi Oyekon, said that results emanating from the states point to the free, fair, and credible process. He, however, urged parties to allow the conclusion of the electoral process, and if not satisfied, they could approach the courts. The Senate experienced a rowdy session over the collation of the results of the Presidential and National Assembly earlier today. The senator representing the Kwara Central, Ibrahim Oloriegbe, citing Order 51 and 41, presented a motion on the need to call for calm and appeal to political parties, stakeholders, and Nigerians to abide by the rule of law on the election process and the just concluded election. It was, however, backed by other senators in the All Progressives Congress, stating that it was very important for the highest legislative body to be involved to bring calm to the raging storm political parties. Oloriegbe, however, urged all political actors, leaders, and every Nigerian to remain calm and allow collation and announcement of the Presidential and National Assembly election proceed based on the provisions of the Electoral Acts. The headlines again. The MSSN faults Obasanjo's letter on presidential election. INEC declares Zamfara Central election inconclusive. Seek legal redress, INEC advises aggrieved parties. Rowdy Senate session over INEC result collation. Stay tuned.